Brad, it was only 20 points in the end. Was it frustrating because it was really just the start that cost you?
No, it was more than the start. I mean, I thought they outplayed us thoroughly. It would have been daylight robbery. We had 17 entries in the last quarter and had 9 shots. But even if we'd converted all those, we still didn't deserve to win. So you can't give a good side like Geelong a start like that and be second to the footy and just be obliterated around the contest and then outside the contest like that and expect to win.
Did you feel you just reacted to start with? Was that what you put it down to?
Yeah, I think there's an element of that. I think that it's really hard to read the players' attitude because I think they were certainly up for the contest, or they appeared up for the contest pre-game, but we just got outworked. I mean, sometimes you look at the way the game's being played, and yeah, if you have a great day, you win 60% of the balling contests versus the opposition, and if they only win 40, it's fantastic for you. But when you go forward and you're outnumbered, and the ball goes up the other end and you're outnumbered there as well, it's pretty simple. It's being horribly outworked.
You did persevere though, man. It could have been a 10 to 12 goal loss there for a while. It was looking ugly, wasn't it?
Yeah, it looked that way. It looked that way, but I reckon that's what losers do. They sit back and go, oh, well, gee, it was a good effort in the end. It was an appalling effort early, and that when you dish up that sort of performance early on, you can't walk away happy or satisfied. I'm not. The players are not. You can't accept that sort of stuff.
Did the players take more risks once the game almost, pretty much gone past you? That's happened all the time.
Yeah, they definitely tried to win the game. We're not a side that sits back and thinks, oh, gee, we're under the pump. And it did look like they could really open us up there for a while. We never look at it and say, oh, well, let's try and limit the damage. I mean, we wanted to absorb the momentum and then counterpunch and come back at them. And, we were able to do that for parts of the game. But as I said, it was nowhere near enough in the end.
It's happened a few times out the slow starts. It's almost a reverse of last year. How do you address that and fix that for the second half of the year?
Yeah, I mean, if I knew the answer to that, I would have done it already. It's a pretty clear. But I mean, we kicked the first goal of the game. I mean, so I mean, it's not horrible right from the very start. But there's clear at the moment. Our players look to me as they've got a fair amount of self-belief and confidence in what they can do, but they're not absolutely 100% convinced yet. And until as a team we have players who are absolutely convinced that their 21 other teammates are going to give unbelievable effort against the best sides, then we're going to have inconsistent performances.
You beat Brisbane, it was a comfortable win. Was that an issue coming off that one in the intensity of this game against Geelong?
Potentially it was, but it's not something that we were shying away from. We knew it was going to be a real challenge. Geelong was stung last week in an area of the game that, while contested ball numbers, you get the overall stat, but the thing about Geelong is they win the crucial contests. They win the ones they need to win, and they probably didn't do that to their satisfaction last week, so we knew what sort of response we were going to get. And we turned that right around. I mean, we turned that statistic right around in the second half, but it was too little too late.
The contests involving Tom Hawkins seem to be pretty significant in the game. Just his size.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a monster down there. He was fantastic for them. Provided a great target. We were disappointed defensively. We weren't able to give our defenders more support. But, I think that their forward line was more effective than ours today, and we had equal opportunity, but they took theirs, we didn't.
A lot of talk about Matt, Jack. Where's he at? I mean, he did a lot of running tonight, looked tired, but really couldn't get near the ball. Does he need a rest?
He doesn't need a rest in terms of physically, but we've got to weigh up his value to the side. I've still got great confidence in him in the future, but he's clearly he's playing like a rookie at the moment. He's getting pushed off the footy, which doesn't make sense because he's strong enough and he's getting better at reading the ball in flight. But he's just a rookie making rookie mistakes. But in the long term, he'll be fine. We've just got to make a decision as to what's best for the team in the short term.
What needs to happen with this team to go from that sort of near 100% away from the football?
You can't I thought in the second half, and you guys would have seen it pretty clearly, the players who stepped up and tried to wrest the ascendancy back our way. But at the moment, there's only a few. I mean, I've got a lot of time for what Geelong have been able to do. I said during the week that we're probably more settled as a team than they are in terms of changes over the last couple of years. But Steve Johnson went out and James Kelly and Jimmy Bartell went back into the middle and played like the champion players they are and really dominated us in the contest. And now we need to get players up to that standard, and that's no easy task. But you know, I'm confident in the guys we've got that they'll get to that level.
Joel Tippett, is there any early news on what he's actually done?
I think it's a pectoral, but that's a very early diagnosis, and we'll have to confirm that. But yeah, the type of injury it was suggested straight away that it was either a dislocated shoulder or a pectoral, but it looks like a pec. Thanks, guys.